Before I say anything else, I want you to try something with me. If you're somewhere safe right now, near a wall or a sturdy chair, stand up. Put your hand close to that support, but don't hold it yet. Now lift one foot off the floor, just a few inches, and count. 1, 2, 3. Can you reach 10 seconds without grabbing on? Hold that number in your mind because in 2022, a team of researchers in Brazil followed more than 1,700 adults for about 7 years. And the people who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds were nearly twice as likely to die in the years that followed. Now let me be careful with that because it matters. Standing on one leg does not make you live longer. The test isn't the medicine. What those 10 seconds reveal is something deeper, how much reserve your body still has. And here's the part most people never hear. The thing it measures can be rebuilt at almost any age. So I'm going to show you why balance collapses after 60, why doctors are starting to treat it as a warning light for your whole body, and 5 simple movements you can start tonight at your kitchen counter. Stay with me. Number 1 is the most important, and almost nobody does it. And before we go further, I'm always amazed at how far this community reaches. So do me one favor. Tell me where in the world you're watching from. Drop your city in the comments. I read them. It reminds everyone here that staying strong and steady is something people are working on all over the world at every age. Here's what makes balance different from everything else you've been told to watch. Your heart fitness, your strength, your flexibility, those start slipping in your 30s and 40s. But balance holds remarkably steady right up until about 60, and then it doesn't. In that Brazilian study, look at how fast it goes. At 51 to 55, only about 1 in 20 people failed the 10-second test. By 61 to 65, it's nearly 1 in 5. By 71 to 75, more than half could not do it. It roughly doubles every 5 years. And that's the warning, because balance is a window into something called frailty, how much physical reserve you have left. When that reserve runs low, a single stumble stops being just a stumble. Falls are now one of the leading causes of injury death in older adults. And a serious one, a broken hip, can change everything, raising the odds of losing your independence 4 to 5 times over. That's what the 10 seconds is really measuring. Not balance, reserve. So why does it fall apart so fast? Because balance isn't one thing. It's 3 systems working together, and after 60, all 3 start to fade at once. The first is muscle, and specifically power, the speed of your strength. After 60, you can lose around 3.5% of your muscle power every year, and it hits 2 places hardest: the muscles on the side of your hips and your calves. Those are exactly the muscles that fire to catch you when you start to tip. The second system is your nerves. The wiring that carries the signal from your foot to your brain and back gets thinner and slower with age. By some measures, a third of those fibers are gone. So even when the muscle is willing, the message arrives late. The catch comes a half second too slow. And the third is your senses, the balance organ in your inner ear, the pressure sensors in the soles of your feet, and your eyesight. Together, they tell you where you are in space, and each one quietly dims with age. Here's why that matters for what comes next. Because 3 systems are involved, you can't fix this by accident. Walking more won't do it, and I'll come back to that. You have to train all 3 on purpose. And when people train them deliberately, the results are genuinely good. This is some of the strongest evidence in all of aging research. A structured home program called the Autogo program, just strength and balance moves like the ones I'm about to show you, cuts the rate of falls by about a third. Tai Chi, which is really slow, controlled balance practice, has reduced falls by as much as 40% in good studies. And people who did targeted balance work added seconds back onto that one-leg test, the very number we started with. So let me be precise about what this does and doesn't do. It lowers your risk of falling, and it helps protect your independence. That alone is worth 10 minutes a day. Let's get into the 5. Number 5, toe raises. The muscle on the front of your shin is what lifts your toes as you walk. When it weakens, your toe catches the carpet or the curb, and that is a huge share of trips. Stand tall by your counter, fingertips resting on it. Keep your heels planted and pull your toes and the front of your feet up toward your shins. Hold a second, then lower slowly, 10 to 15 times. Don't push your hips back to cheat it. Stay stacked and tall. Too hard standing? Do it sitting. Too easy? Hold longer at the top. Number 4, calf raises. Your calves are the engine of your push-off and one of the fast catch muscles when you tip forward. Facing the counter, press down through the balls of your feet and lift your heels as high as is comfortable. Rise straight up toward the ceiling, not forward over the counter. Hold a second, lower slowly. 10 to 15. Easier? Sit and lift your heels. Ready for more? One leg at a time, but keep that hand close. Number 3, the chair stand. This is the move you already do dozens of times a day. Out of a chair, off the bed, up from the car. It builds the big muscles in your thighs and seat that keep that motion safe. Use a heavy chair with its back against a wall. Sit forward, feet under your knees, arms crossed. Lean forward, push through your heels and stand. Then lower yourself down slowly. That slow part is where the strength is built. Keep your knees pointing forward, never letting them collapse inward. Easier, push off the armrests. Harder, lower over a slow 5-second count. Number 2, the heel-to-toe stand, what clinicians call tandem stance. It narrows your base and forces those hip and ankle muscles to work the way they do on a narrow path or a curb. Beside your counter, place one foot directly in front of the other, heel almost touching toe, like you're on a tightrope. Stand tall, squeeze your middle, hold 10 to 30 seconds, then switch. Too wobbly? Move the front foot out to the side a little to widen your base. Too easy? Walk it 10 slow heel-to-toe steps in a straight line. And number 1, the single leg stand. This is the one I promised, and it's the most important, because it is both the test you took at the start and the training that improves it. Stand tall, hand hovering just above the counter, not gripping. Fix your eyes on a single point across the room. That alone steadies you. Lift one foot a few inches and hold. Work toward 30 seconds each side. If 10 feels long, keep your big toe lightly touching the floor for a little help. And when you're truly ready, only with your hand closed, try it with your eyes closed. That's the level that protects you in the dark, on the stairs, in real life. Now, 2 minutes that matter more than any single exercise. Set yourself up so a wobble is never a fall. Train in a corner or facing a solid counter with a heavy chair right behind you, support on every side. Clear the floor of loose rugs and cords. Wear real shoes with grippy soles, never socks or loose slippers. And keep the room bright. And please hear this clearly. If you've had a fall recently, a hip or knee replacement, or a fracture in the last 6 months, Parkinson's, a recent stroke, severe dizziness or fainting spells, or heart trouble that isn't well controlled, talk to your doctor or a physical therapist before doing these on your own. And if you ever feel chest pain, real dizziness, a racing heart, or you can't catch your breath, stop, sit down, get help. Working at the edge of your balance is good. Working at the edge of your safety is not. So here's your start tonight plan. Tonight by your counter, do the test for real. Lift one foot and find your honest number. Write it down. Then go through all 5 movements, just once, slowly. Do that short routine once a day. In the research, people saw real, measurable change in as little as 4 to 12 weeks. So in 4 weeks, test yourself again and watch that number climb. And remember what we're doing here. Not chasing extra years anyone's promised you, but lowering your risk of a fall and protecting the independence you already have. That is the most realistic, powerful thing this gives you. Balance isn't something you simply lose with age. It's something you can keep training tonight, tomorrow, at 70, at 80. The 10-second test is just your early warning light. Now you know how to answer it. If videos like this are useful to you, subscribing helps me know to keep making them. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to tell me where you're watching from.